whatever it is for anybody. This is Soarin and Scratchin. I am the EagleFan.
I am the evil chicken.
Today we are going to discuss our top 5. This is individual, mine and his.
True.
Concert moments.
Yes.
Doesn't have to be an entire concert. It could be that one little moment that happened at it, during it, maybe even after it. Okay.
Make it so.
For my top moments, number 5. And forgive me, this background gets a little weird here, so I will try not to move as much as I am here.
It's trippy.
My 5th moment overall actually was this year. It was at the TLA in Philadelphia.
Yes.
It was the Devin Townsend Encore. We'll call it the Encore. He did 3 songs for the Encore, but I just liked the way he carried it out. They were doing the show, they got to a point and he said, okay, this is the point in the show where we're going to pretend that we go off stage. You guys cheer a little bit, and then we're back. And then he said, okay, so we're off stage now. Could you turn the lights off? Let him turn the lights off. And then he go, bring the lights back on again. Do that one more song chant thing. So the crowd starts doing that, and then he's like, well, I don't know. That doesn't sound so good. We're heading to the bus now. It was just a good moment. And then actually during the encore, an engagement took place up at the right in front of the stage. So
no way.
On the very last song, he starts the song, and then he stops. He's like, wait a minute. He stops and says, did I just see that? He says, did you just ask her to marry you? And then he passed the microphone back to the people, and they introduced themselves, and then he came back and they started the song again. So
all right, that's cool.
It was this was a show that you were not at with me.
True.
If he comes around again, I am definitely going, and I am going to drag you there. So that was my number 5. And yours,
5.
sir.
Oh my goodness. You know, this is an interesting topic because moments, as you said, I mean, moments in concerts don't necessarily have to be like the best concert you've ever seen, but it can be something magical. I'm gonna throw out one. It happened October 17th in the year 1989. I know, I'm that old. So
not that, just wow that you know the dates and all that.
Oh, dude, I did some.
I don't have that information on mine.
And this is, it sounds like something that you'd be like, oh God, really? Yeah, it was at the Spectrum in Philadelphia, PA, and it was the Beach Boys Chicago. They were calling it the Beachago Tour.
Oh God, really? Oh.
Yeah, I know, exactly. That's how I felt going in. I was like, oh, geez. I was wrong. Here's why I was wrong. You get there, and the beach balls are flying, and it's like, hey, I know that. Oh, my God, I know that. And you get caught up in this wave, sorry, pardon the pun, of just this great sound. That's not what the magic was. That wasn't it at all. They're singing their stuff. Chicago opened. They were good. It was just after Peter Cetera left the band. So I'm like, yeah, it's nice. It was really cool, though, They were good. But then this happened. Brian Wilson, who is one of the founding members of the Beach Boys, he was responsible for an album called Pet Sound. And Pet Sound was one of the most influential albums ever. After the Beatles heard Pet Sound, they decided to make Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, just because of all the harmonies and what he was doing. Because I don't know if he's diagnosed or not, but I'm believing he might be Asperger's. He's had all sorts of, but the music that he puts together, all these harmonies, it's crazy. So to see him come out and play a couple of his songs with the Beach Boys, that for me was just one of those moments that I think I will remember when it comes to concerts. It was cool. It was cool. So yeah, Brian Wilson. There you go. Dave, you're up.
I just wanted to add to what you were saying about the moments versus it might not be the greatest concert. It may have been a good concert.
Yeah.
It may have been. It's also a thing where we may have even been at some of the same concerts, and what may have been a moment for me may not have been one for you, and vice versa.
This is very true.
So that opens things up. Now, with that said,
yes,
my number 4 might have a little bit of an overlap with you.
I'm intrigued.
This took place at the end of 2019 in a little place known as the Fillmore.
Please continue.
This was a concert of the Struts. Now, for anybody not familiar with the Struts, awesome English band. You've got to check them out. They're just good rock and roll. Excellent showmen. If you get a chance to see them live, that is where they really shine. There's this one point in the concert, and we've actually saw them twice last year, so we saw they did it twice. This is the one that stood out more because the first time we were just sitting in seats, and it was much easier for us old folk to handle that. I'm sorry, middle-aged folk.
Yeah, what the hell,
Dave? There is the one point where, and this was in, what was this? Could Have Been Me, I believe. It's the song they do that on.
One of my absolute favorites.
Which is a great song, great meaning and everything behind it. They do this point where they say, okay, well, we don't have the budget and the fireworks, but we're going to make human fireworks. And what they do is everybody just gets down. They ask everybody to get down low, and then when we count to 3 and tell you, everybody just jump up. And I believe you did it best. How is it they do it?
Woo.
There you go. So just what really stands out about that is first the audience participation. The audience was really getting into it that night. The whole crowd seemed to be really in tune with what was going on. But then it gets to that, and here I am with my back issues and my knee problems.
You could tell us in the crowd.
I basically leaned forward onto my knees to kind of get a little bit. I wasn't getting anywhere near the floor. There was beer spilled all over it. Some woman had thrown up not too far from me there. Like, I'm not touching the floor. But I'm sitting there. I start looking around thinking like, oh, I got down pretty low. Oh, no. I look around. I'm probably a good 1.5 feet higher than everybody else that I'm seeing that's in my sight line. So
I recall because we were looking into each other's eyes deeply, thinking, oh, shit, we can't get any lower. So, yeah, I'm with you.
So what is your number 4, sir?
Oh, it's me? Oh, good grief.
It is.
October 15th, 1994. Billy Joel had just released River of Dreams, and nobody knew at the time that this was going to be, River of Dreams was the last album of popular music that he ever put together. He himself looks at it like a bookend to his career, at least writing the music. He's always performing, which is great. And if you see it, get the chance, take it, because you need to go see Billy Joel. This was River of Dreams, and there's a particular song that I had never heard before on there. And at the time, my oldest daughter, she was 2, and she was in, lo and behold, she was with her grandparents, and we were out on a date, my wife and I, probably for the first time in about 2 years. And there's a song called Lullaby, Goodnight, My Angel. That bastard Billy Joel starts singing this song, and I'm listening to the lyrics, and I'm like, I start bawling. I mean, weeping. And there I am. We have floor seats, and I'm like, oh my God, I can't. I was snotting and the whole 9 yards. It's just this beautiful song. about a daughter and a father, and he's singing to her about, oh God, what does he have here? I see here. It's just someday. Oh my gosh, I can't even read it without weeping. Maybe I shouldn't. Just go look up the lyrics and read it. It just was one of those moments that shows you the power of music. It shows you that, and again, Billy Joel is he's legendary. He's legendary. He will be remembered far beyond the 20th and the 21st century. But that was one of those moments that just hit me right between the eyes, actually right in the heart. And oof. Oh, yeah. Okay, I'm done. What do you got, Dave?
You're making this tough on me, man.
I am?
Yeah, yes, you are. Because we're going to go from this wonderful, emotional moment to my number 3.
I'm intrigued.
My number 3 happened last year, also at the Fillmore.
Oh.
There was a nice Swedish group that we were there to see. It was a nice little moment where he comes out and he's talking to the crowds, and Philadelphia and Avatar, we got something going. And just the nice little moment there that he's speaking, which then leads into, of course, let's see, Smells Like a Freak Show, which then just electrified the crowd. Just the entire moment there, because he's got a wonderful frontman personality when he's out there on stage, which actually I think is almost a contrast to his real life personality from what I've seen when I've seen videos of him outside of being on the stage.
Yeah.
So you can kind of see that. You get out there and you're kind of putting on a character and doing your thing.
Oh, yeah.
That was just, to me, that was an awesome moment from what was also a very good concert, very good show. Again, you put me behind the 8 ball here, going from a nice emotional moment.
Oh no!
To just pure grunge style rock and roll.
Oh my God, Dave, you did it again. Yeah, hit up another one of my absolute favorite concerts of all time.
But don't listen to him.
Don't listen to that. But right now,
he might not be saying that. That might just be a ruse, so that when you turn into that next episode, you're not sure if it's really going to be on there.
Yes, exactly. It's a clever ruse. Dave, that's an excellent moment.
You were there at that one.
That was a show that was full of moments. Dave, that was brilliant. Absolute brilliant. I couldn't agree more. Great show.
That was a group I never really knew much about until we got tickets for that, because they weren't even the headlining act.
They were not a blip on my radar. And yeah, another one, pound for pound.
Yep.
I cannot wait to see them again, because they have an album in the can ready to rock and roll.
Yeah.
Due to Corona right now, I can't wait to see what the follow-up to Avatar Country is going to be. Because, damn.
It should be good.
Oh, my. Yeah. What's his name? Johannes Eckertstrom? I think? If I'm pronouncing that.
You're something along that line. I'm still not good with my Swedish names. So, what is your number 3, sir?
Oh, my. Well, March 1st, 2019, which was last year. Dave and I had the honor and joy of seeing a little band by the name of In Flames. And at the Fillmore, Philly. Going in, I had no idea what to expect. No idea. Dave tried to prep me. He said, listen, this might be a little heavy, and I mean, it's going to be a little bit different than the lead, the band that's they're opening for, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll find out together. All right. From the moment that those power chords started happening, and when the vocal growling started happening, In Flames is known for not just the growl, but their melodies, because you have two guitars going and they're playing in these different chords, and it just works. It's they've been described. Let me put it this way: I was completely electrified. I was on my feet from moment one, and it was great.
They are Swedish melodic death metal.
Yes, they are, and that awakened something in me, and wow, it's just a great band, and they're one of the pioneers of that, actually, the whole death metal thing. Let me see here. His name is Anders Frieden, his vocal, and then of course Bjorn Gillette, if I'm not mistaken, if I'm pronouncing that correct. Both of them have been with each and every iteration of the band, and there's been like 13 albums. The last one was In the Mask, which just a great damn album.
Oh, I the Mask.
I the Mask. Thank you. Please forgive me. Well, what he said, it's a great album. Please forgive me. I can't read my notes. His typing's very tiny. So, but yeah, the harmonies between those guitars and 13 albums, and it's still viable. That's a band that has evolved, and they just keep getting better. It's that simple. Pound for pound, again, one of my favorite bands on the planet.